Hello friends, and welcome back to Picture Astrology. In this series of planets through various houses, today we will talk about placement of Sun in the sign of Scorpio for a Pisces Ascendant horoscope. And this placement or interpretation of this placement is actually quite difficult and complex. And the reason being that Sun first of all represents your soul, so it shows your core being. So this placement is very important. And Sun is in 9th house, which is by far one of the most positive houses of horoscope. It is the house which shows your dharma or your spirituality or your ethics and morality. And Sun, being your soul, is cosmic representative of that anyways. But the sign of Pisces falls into the 6th house, and 6th house is actually one of the most negative houses in the horoscope. And the Lord of 6th house is known to carry those negative aspects which are in many ways total opposite to the 9th house. So we get a situation here where the Sun is placed in one of the most auspicious of the houses, but it is given the responsibility of completely opposite house. So interpreting this has always been a big challenge, and in next few minutes we will try to understand this challenge better and see what conclusions can be definitively made out with this position. So before we begin the analysis, let's just mark out the areas of horoscope or houses which this placement will impact. So first of all, the 6th house, because the sign Leo falls into the 6th house and Sun is the lord of this house. Definitely the 9th house, because the lord of Leo, Sun, is placed in the 9th house. And from the 9th house, Sun would have an aspect on the 3rd house. So many things related to your brothers, your cousins, the kind of initiatives you're going to take, the kind of thinking you have, that will be impacted by this Sun. And obviously the natural significators of the Sun. Sun naturally signifies your father. It naturally signifies power and your relationship with power, which could mean government officials, judges, or people in the higher post in life, or your boss. So many areas of life are affected, but as we talked about earlier, that this is a really tricky position to truly interpret. So let's begin with the personality effect, because Sun represents your true soul or your physical and mental characteristics. So we have this Sun in the 9th house, which is the house of dharma, or which is loosely translated to spirituality, but in essence what it means is doing the right thing, doing whatever is necessary in life to do. And some of the example of that is, doing your duty towards society, taking care of your family, taking care of yourself properly. So those are a very broad characterization of dharma, really doing whatever is necessary and correct for your own well-being and also for your family and society's well-being. And in such a house of dharma, when Sun is placed, now you know that Sun cannot be hidden. The moment Sun is up, everybody can see it, the bright light of Sun spread across. So when Sun is in the 9th house, what happens is person is seen to be doing the right things. Okay? Always. Because it is Sun. And they generally, the image of the person is that they have good ethical and moral inclinations. Now Sun is the lord of 6th house, so 6th house among other things shows your service, the kind of hard work, really hard work, work which you do to overcome obstacles, or the service you can render to other people. That is one of the good indications of 6th house. So when this lord is placed in the 9th house, if there is any good aspect on it, say if there is a slight aspect of Jupiter or anything like that, then the person is seen to be involved in a lot of social service. Okay. However, and this is where things get interesting. Now, however, there will be many people who will doubt his motive, or who will doubt him, thinking that the person is doing all this just to show off, all this just to be nice in the eyes of society, and it is not his true intention. There will be many people who would think that way, and number of those people would basically depend on the strength of 9th house otherwise. What do I mean by that? Number one, the strength of Jupiter, because Jupiter is the primary karaka of 9th house and the lord of 9th house, which is Mars. So if with this Sun here, you will definitely be seen as somebody who does right things in the society, or who is inclined to do ethical and moralistic things in society, which means your work area will be good. Your name, you will have a name as someone who does good things, or someone who is inclined towards betterment of society. But there are going to be many people doubting your intentions. If Jupiter and Mars are strongly placed, then the number of those people will be less. But if these two are weak, then there will be a lot of people who would keep on doubting your intentions. So you see the dichotomy here, you see the dilemma, and this dilemma is because the Sun is perfectly placed. 9th house is a great position for Sun to be in, but it is the lord of 6th house. 6th house, among other things, it shows obstacles, it shows service, it also shows how you scheme, this scheming nature of a person, how you do things to defeat your enemies. It is the house of Artha Trikon. That means it is the actions you do to earn money. So this is what I mean, that you would tend to do the right things for the society, but people might think that you are doing it just as an action to earn money, or earn some favor, or defeat your enemy, or things like that. And we already saw that how many people will doubt, the number will depend on the strength of Jupiter and Mars. And this situation is pretty much carried through in all other aspects of this Sun, or the results of this Sun. Something similar might replicate in, say, relationship with your siblings, because it has aspect on the 3rd house. I'm not going to sort of explain it in a detailed manner, but what we just talked about, what I just explained about the dilemma that Sun will bring in this house, can carry over in all other aspects which are related to this Sun. There are so many of these. This Sun actually affects a lot many areas of life, and all of them will have this one common theme. I really want you guys to think and observe, and if possible, share your observations also with me in the comment section. And I'm going to just keep this video only to this part, because this is something difficult to grasp and complex to understand, and I also want to see if you could share your comments and thoughts. I hope you like this analysis so far. Please hit the like and subscribe button to continue to receive more such videos, and please, as I requested, put in your comments and share your thought about this. Thank you for watching this far, and I hope to see you again soon.